Do what?
All right, this is October the 18th, Team Enduro call. We're going to talk about the reset. So there's been a few questions put out there. As far as the reset goes, I think it's probably one of the most feared products that Beachbody has, mainly because it's a high cost. You're talking anywhere on the high end of $320 plus if you get the Shakeology, and the low end of about, I think I got the couples pack. They sell it as a couples pack, and without Shakeology was $162 and something. So the cost it is a big fear, but it's also a big undertaking. You're talking about a 21-day program. You're eliminating a lot of the things that you like in your life as far as food and drink goes, and we're going to talk about that. One of the first questions that Kim posed when I asked for questions was doing it as a couple, and me and my wife both did it. I lost 14 pounds and she lost 8, and just to kind of compare, I almost lost twice as much weight. She lost more inches than I did. So it's not really always a weight comparison to be a success. I talked to her a lot about how are you feeling, what is your energy like, and just to keep the perspective in there. If you're not losing a lot of weight, that's the things that you really want to talk about is how you feel. What does it feel like not having caffeine? I was a 10 to 15 cup a day person.
Oh my word.
So it was a big undertaking not having any caffeine for 21 days. But after, really and truly after the first 3 or 4 days, it becomes a habit thing. So it's not, you no longer need the caffeine. It's just the habit of getting up and making that coffee in the morning and drinking it. So it's just like any other habit. I mean, once you get the addictive drug out of your system, it's all about mind games and killing the actual habit. Because a lot of things that we have problems with are more habits than dependencies. If you get rid of the dependency, the habit is the next hardest thing to kick. So doing it as a couple was really beneficial. We shopped for both of us. We had the same meals. If we had to, we had to eat out several times during the reset. So we had the same thing. So it was a lot easier as a couple. And I know Gina, when she did it, her husband didn't do it. She said it was very hard because she has a couple of kids and trying to cook for the husband and the kids, and then her food, because it's not a lot of food, and it's not a lot of what I would call normal food. I don't like salad, so salad for lunch every day is kind of exhausting. But what I will say, and I'll cover it more in a second, is I did not follow it gives you a day-by-day menu, and I didn't follow it strictly just for the simple fact that I don't eat or don't like to eat a lot of the things that are recommended in the reset. So what we did was we picked out what recipes we liked, and we would have it multiple times during that week. And then we did make a lot of the stuff. We made the sweet potato, red pepper sweet potato bisque. It was really good. We made the cashew cucumber soup. That was pretty good. The beans and rice was really nice. You could have a whole wheat tortilla with the beans and rice. That was pretty good. So there's plenty of food in the program. I was 200 36 pounds when I started, and I don't ever remember hungry. I was never starving, and, and after that initial week, felt more. I could feel the natural energy. I could feel the difference between stimulated energy and food energy. And basically, I mean, throughout this program, you're getting to where your body's burning a lot of more fat as carbs. I mean, as energy than carbs, because you're just not eating a ton of carbs. Kim also asked if I would be able to do it alone. We kind of covered that. I don't think it would have been as easy. I mean, honestly, it wasn't that hard. After we got going and we were both doing it at the same time, it wasn't that hard to go through with it. I mean, and following the meal plan is pretty difficult for me. It's always been a challenge. So I guess it's just a mindset. I mean, I think me and Adrian decided we were going to do the reset this fall in probably April. So we went ahead, had already bought it and everything else. So it's just a mindset. If you want to do it and you're ready to reset, because I think it resets a lot of things. I started to sweat again at night, which usually means your metabolism is kicking. It's not every night, but it's just a few nights during the week. I'll wake up in a sweat. So I think for me, it has just rekindled and restarted my metabolism to get back to where it should be. Food costs. I asked Jennifer the other day. She said we spend anywhere between $50 and $75 a week for the both of us, and that's with buying certain spices and stuff like that. We did have some of the spices already, but we did buy a lot of spices throughout the reset. But what we did not do was buy everything on the grocery list. So I've seen a lot of people say you don't need everything that's on that list. You look at the menu for that week, decide what you're going to cook, see what you already have, see what you're not going to eat, and then write your grocery list and go to the store, because I mean it's a ton of food, a ton of spices, and everything if you buy everything that's on the grocery list. And that's another benefit the reset has. And that one little book has everything that you need. About every question that you might have. Adrian's got it right there. She's got the reset book. It has every question and answer section. It tells you what to expect. It tells you step by step how to do each week. And then at the end, it tells you afterwards, which is kind of harsh in my opinion. It's basically after the reset's over, you do a reverse reset. So you go week 1, 2, 3, and then basically you do 3, 2, 1 to slowly introduce foods and everything back into your system. I did not do that, and I will say that I'm teeter-tottering between gaining about 6 to 7 pounds back that I lost. So we've always, since I've been a coach, we've always told people as far as the refresh goes to probably going to lose about 5 pounds and probably going to gain about 2. So it's probably a percentage that you could possibly expect to gain back. Now, during the reset, it does recommend that you do not work out. It says that you can do restorative type yoga or walk or something that's low impact, because your body's you're stressing your body out already, and if you continue to try to work out, that's it's going to put more stress on your body trying to repair the muscles. So you're just not going to get the added benefit. You're not going to get the most out of the reset if you actually work out. I did not work out as a gym Beachbody on sense. I did work in the yard a few days, and I did eat more, not a ton more, but I did eat more food on those days that I was out in the yard working all day and sweating and laboring than I did just the days that I didn't do anything at all. We did do a couple nights of the Ultimate Reset yoga. They have a yoga video for each week. It's under the Beachbody Yoga Studio. And just if you haven't looked at the yoga studio has every yoga program that Beachbody has. So P90X, P90X2, P90X3, the Ultimate Reset yogas, the retreat yogas. It has all that combined up in the Beachbody studio. So if you go to the members library and scroll over, it's a separate block, just like the trainer blocks or the program blocks, and it says Beachbody Studio. So they're all in there. They break it out by restorative yoga, upper body, lower body, whatever. So they have a lot of different things in there. So you can check that out. It wasn't hard for me. I mean, I am a routine person, but I'm not one of those fitness people that will die if they don't get to work out. You have some people that, I mean, with some people, it's a mental game. Especially a lot of people that I've seen that do Beachbody that's lost a ton of weight. They really, really get anxious and have problems if they're not able to work out, because they have that fear in their head. Well, you know, if I don't work out, I'm gonna gain all the weight back. So you find a lot of people that I've seen people that are doing two or three Beachbody programs a day. So they'll do like Body Beast, and they'll do Insanity Max 30, and they'll do something else. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think in some cases, it's a fear of gaining the weight back. Eating off plan. Definitely, if you need to do this, or you recommend it to someone, it needs to be planned out to where you're not going anywhere but to work and home during that 3 weeks, because it's not very easy to eat out and stay within the plan. I think me and my wife did pretty good. We had to eat out probably 3 to 4, maybe 5 times, because we went to a college football game one weekend during the reset. We went somewhere else. So 2 different weekends during a 3-week period, we traveled, and we had to eat out. But in 90% of the time when we ate out, we had a bean burrito with beans and rice. So I mean, that was within the planned parameters, but I'm sure it had more sodium in it than what we really needed. I don't think it affected us tremendously. I think maybe I probably could have squeezed 5 or 6 more pounds out if we would have just been straight on the reset food. But it's not the end of the world. I guess that's why I wanted to bring up the subject. It's not, if you're working with your clients and everything, you're doing it yourself, don't feel like it's the end of the world if you have to eat off plan or whatever. If you do eat off plan, it didn't on those days, as far as weight loss, it didn't. I don't think I ever gained, like, held on to fluid more than like 1 or 2 pounds at a time, and it was gone the next day. So I didn't have any long lasting effects during the reset for eating off plan. But we did eat off plan, and we were still successful. So the biggest takeaway I feel is just don't overreact if you eat off plan during the reset. That is all the questions that that Kim had put down that I'd gotten. Adrian, you want to talk a little bit about yours since it's fresh on your mind?
I'm doing it just by myself, so I don't have anyone else to like worry about, but that also means I'm home by myself, so I don't have anyone to keep me in check. So I don't have anything in the house that I really shouldn't be eating right now either, which also makes it easier because I don't have kids either. So it's really just not, I just bought what I needed for this, and that's really all that I have here. So it's easier. Now today, for example, I didn't bring my lunch and I didn't have a lot of time. I had a bunch of meetings. I had a bunch of stuff going on. So some people were ordering from Panera. So I just ordered the roasted squash soup, which has some pumpkin seeds in it. And I'm sure it has some ingredients that I can't have, but it was too bad. I needed to eat something because your metabolism is going. And so you really can't go for as long as you might be able to if you're eating a lot of, other processed stuff, because it takes your body longer. But because everything is so like whole and fresh, it's just, going right through you. So I had that roasted squash soup. I know it's one of Kim's favorites, but that for lunch, I didn't check all the ingredients, but it was something that I could have. It was something that I knew at least everything that they're doing at Panera right now is not processed. So I had that. And then tonight I'll just go back to roasted vegetables and the stuff I was supposed to have that I left here. So, I mean, it's possible to find things places, but Shane's definitely right. If you have a lot going on, it's better not to do the reset during those times, because it's basically by the third week, it really is just roasted vegetables, raw vegetables, combinations of vegetables, soups, chopped salads, and then fresh fruit for breakfast. So, I mean, unless you're living in California, it's going to be hard to find that out most places. But I didn't really find it terribly hard to stick with. I wasn't starving. I did opt for beans and rice for a couple of dinners where there was other things that I just didn't have time to make, or I hadn't had time to cook the night before. But I don't mind salads, so fresh salad for lunch every day or soup has been easier. I love beets, so the Mediterranean roasted beet recipe has been a couple of nights. And then, other like roasted squash, all that stuff. So it really hasn't been, I haven't felt like I've been missing out on lots of stuff. The only thing that I've really missed is cheese and coffee. So, I mean, but there's no dairy the whole time, which has honestly made me feel a lot less like noticing that I do react to dairy a lot more than I thought I did, and I've noticed some improvements with that, not eating it over the reset, which has been good. But the supplements are easy. They're not anything too gross. The what's it called?
Power
the Detox, which is the week 2 supplement, is a little bit like the Fiber Sweep. You what? What'd you say?
The Power Greens.
Oh, the Power Greens aren't. But if you put them in like your smoothie, it's fine. But the Power Greens don't taste great. But the Detox I thought was gross at first, but I got used to it. It is better than the Fiber Sweep. It does have a little bit of like lemon flavor. But if you put it in the right water, when I put it in this water, as opposed to like just purified water and then put the mineral in it, it's a lot smoother in the perfect pH water than it is in not that water, which I think is odd. But it tasted a lot better with that water than it did with regular, like just distilled water. So once I started doing it like that, I actually enjoyed it because it has kind of a lemony flavor, and when it's not like thick, it's a lot easier to drink.
mean, I found the Power Greens were a lot better, tasted a lot better in super cold water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, after you told me that, I've been doing only super cold water for the Power Greens, and it was a world of difference. So just little tips like that can really help with stuff. And once you get on a schedule, you know, it feels good to stick to the schedule, and your body adjusts and it wants, you know, those things then. So I haven't found it terribly difficult. Like some situations have been harder, and of course there's been, you know, like every bake sale on earth has happened while I've been doing the reset. And like we have all these charitable events at my office and like tailgate parties and stuff that we do for charity. So that has all happened during this time. So I just haven't been able to participate in that stuff in terms of eating. But you do really like notice how much day-to-day culture in this country revolves around food. Like when you're sort of limited in that way. Is everything is like a food event, and you just are like, no, it's the food away from me. Just give me all the roasted vegetables. But it's not like, so yeah. So the chili cook-off, and then we had like a tailgate party, and then we had a bake sale, and then we had a so I've just been avoiding that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think as far as like the normal objection of, well, it takes too much time to cook my food, and I've got to cook everybody else's food. I think with this program, everything is fairly simple to make. You can make the cashew soup in less than 10 minutes. Throw the cucumbers in there. Throw the cucumbers in there, throw your cashews in there, and that's it.
Yeah. Or you can make a bigger batch of everything, and everything that you have to make multiple times is totally freezable, or it keeps. So, I mean, you don't really have to cook every single day for it either.
When we did the beans and rice, we did the 10-minute bins, brown rice. So we put those in the microwave for 10 minutes. Put the beans on the stove, and with 10 minutes, I mean, you're ready to eat. So I think
This is how it comes.
But in my opinion, I think it's a lot easier. Yeah, everything comes in the box. It gives you a little pill caddy. It's a little like purse. You can put all your pills and everything in. So I mean, I believe it's easier than following the meal plan for any of the programs. So I mean, it's the biggest hurdle that I believe comes along with the reset is relaying the value and getting over the price objection of the program itself. But in my opinion, and I know Arnell has said on more than one occasion, that's usually the first thing that he suggests, just because that's what it is. It's a reset. And most people that we run into for clients, they need to reset their eating habits. They need to reset their metabolism. So that would be the best thing for them to start out with. My mom is trying the detox. My mom has liver issues. So several of the you can buy all of the reset supplements individually. You can buy them for a monthly. You can buy them monthly if you want to continue the supplements and everything. But you can buy them all individually. So if you need, like, the detox is good for liver function. What have you got?
So they sent me this because they accidentally sent too few detoxes in my box. So this is just the individual one that you can buy, and it comes with a month's supply. So I was short 2 packets, and now I have 28 additional ones.
So the detox is good for your liver, and then you have another one of the supplements that helps create the flora in your digestive system. So, I mean, all the supplements separately have their own benefit, and you can actually buy them separately. So, as far as like when you have clients,
That's the one for Flora.
Revitalize.
It's proprietary prebiotic and probiotic blend. That one is.
So what is it, a powder?
No, they're capsules.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they all come in capsules. All your supplements are in a capsule except for the detox and your power greens to optimize.
Oh.
And then the soothe is you take this one throughout the entire thing. Optimize and soothe you have the whole time. So it's mostly turmeric that makes it that color. So
what were y'all talking about? The power greens? Is that a powder?
yeah, power
Okay.
greens come in these packets.
If I had to guess, it's probably about 3 to 4 servings of the Power Greens Boost that you can buy for Shakeology. You can buy a Boost. It comes in a round container, but it's Power Greens.
It smells like grass clippings.
It does.
It does.
After our first day, I mentioned to my wife, I said that tasted like horse feed, and she said the exact same thing.
Yeah, it really does. It's like licking, like mowing the lawn, and then being like delicious, shoving it in your mouth.
She said delicious.
So good. I can't wait to eat this every day.
But a lot of the days I would put it in my Shakeology. I would have Shakeology for a snack. That's another question that I think a lot of people will run into when suggesting the reset. No, you don't need Shakeology. It gives you the option of an afternoon snack if needed, and Shakeology is one of those options. And it gives you a section of snacks each week. So this week you can have these snacks, and this week you can have these. But if you have a regular snack, if you just do not eat like the Power Greens, if you have a snack in the afternoon, you can skip the Power Greens.
Right. So the section will say snack ideas for week 1, and then it'll just really just display it out there for you. And then it'll do the same thing for week 2 and 3. And week 2, they don't want you to have grains as a snack, but then week 3, you can add grain snacks back in. So they really just lay it all out there for you. So there's really not a lot of guessing. It's not just like a serving of grains. Like they'll say a half a cup of toasted millet with a third of an avocado and 2 tablespoons of salsa, or a half a cup of cooked quinoa and a third medium avocado. So, I mean, it's very detailed. And if you need that regimented, just do this, it has that. But it's also, it tells you can swap things out. You can have the same meal every single day that week if you want. It's just whatever works for you. And so, I mean, for preppers, it can work. For people who want to mix it up every day, it can work. It's pretty lenient. And in fact, they do say that Shakeology, if you're having it as a snack, that's fine. It's whatever. But they don't encourage people to rely on it for a meal, like during the reset. They really want it to come from like whole fruits and vegetables. So they say, well, you can have it if you want it and you need it for whatever. As far as the meals go, they want you to rely on the actual whole fruit, whole vegetable, whole grain, all whatever those were. So when people say, do I have to do Shakeology? No. And in fact, they discourage it during that period of time, unless it's a supplement, not a substitute.
But as far as the ease of it, everything that you can think of is in that book. Whether it be, what do I do if I miss my supplements? What happens if this or that? Should I drink coffee? Can I drink coffee? There's all those different questions are in the book. It tells you about the mineralized, and FYI, the mineralized is pink Himalayan salt. I don't think there's anything more special about it. It's just pink Himalayan salt. So
yeah.
Add that to your water, and it's I can't remember what did they say about the Himalayan salt? I can't remember why.
What's magical about it?
Right, as far as adding it to your water.
I don't know. Give me a second, and I'll see if I can find it.
Ma'am, when she's looking, do you have any more questions?
I don't think so. I didn't realize that it gave you so much metabolism. It increased your metabolism that much. And as a matter of fact, when you mentioned that kicked me back to Shift Shop, that's when I had the most energy, because I followed that diet regimen and my metabolism was through the roof. And I was like, during the day, I kept wanting to do stuff and just more balanced. And I guess I thought it was Shift Shop. It wasn't. It was just the eating, because for the past, I don't know, 5 or 6 months, I've been eating really bad. But and actually, I just texted my daughter and I sent her a screenshot of the Shift Shop. I said, here's a good meal plan to boost your metabolism, because she's in the Navy and she's getting ready to go on a ship. And she's like, I got to do third shift. This is going to be so hard. So I told her, I said, make sure you take some iron, make sure you're taking your vitamin B, get your vitamins, get your water, so the metabolism piece that you were talking about, sweating through the night, really piqued my curiosity, because the no working out would be hard, but because I was one that lost weight, and I don't don't have the fear, but just that kind of kick starts my day, and it kind of gets my energy going through the day, because if not, then I feel tired and lazy, and I feel like, I got it done, I get something to achieve. When you say it boosted your metabolism, were you having trouble sleeping at night? Adrian, do you both of y'all have trouble sleeping at night from the metabolism?
No.
Maybe.
I don't. I mean, I'd sweat. I mean, this third phase, I've been like sweating my ass off, frankly. Like, it's 42 degrees and I turn the fan on in my room at night still, because like this phase 3 for me has really, like, when it's super kicked in. So, but I mean, I was waking up more before I started doing the reset, and like I was having some trouble sleeping, but since I've been doing it, I've been pretty much sleeping through the night, unless I'm waking up to pee, because I pee 197 billion times a day, because they have you. I mean, you're just drinking so much water, and with all the supplements, you're consuming water. And like before I started doing like Beachbody and doing a lot of water, I peed maybe like once or twice a day. And now, because I'm actually getting the amount of water that I should, and I'm so much more aware, now I live in the bathroom. It's like my favorite place to be. I might as well just have a phone in the bathroom at my office and just sit there and do my work there.
And I mean, no, usually, and the last time I can really remember sweating a lot, it was when I was in high school. I mean, it never really bothered me. I mean, if you wake up and you're rolling in sweat, you're probably going to need just to go take a towel and towel off. But as far as like actually being bothered by it and not being able to sleep, it hasn't done that to me. Honestly, by the end of the day, it was like, it's time to go to bed. So, but I can tell since doing the reset that I don't crave as much coffee. I don't need as much coffee because I can feel that I'm more energetic. And with me, and I read a little bit about it after doing the reset. And I am hypo sensitive to caffeine. Me, caffeine is a stabilizer. It's a calmer. I can drink a pot of coffee and get it. So I was able to before I was able to drink a lot more coffee and not bother me. It's like drinking water. I mean, it didn't hype me up. It actually helped me more focused. But now, after the reset, I don't crave it as much because I feel like I have more energy throughout the day.
So the answer is, since distilled water is a highly purified source of water and the preferred choice for cleansing, adding mineralized to it will supply you with essential minerals and electrolytes, both sodium and chloride, that your body needs for optimum health. So essentially it's the Himalayan salt and the natural sodium and chloride combination that's in the pink Himalayan salt. That's a good mix to rejuvenate your electrolytes.
What are you doing?
Okay. And I've also one of the bodybuilders that I follow on Instagram. She says that her husband, they don't use pre-workout. They do like a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of pink Himalayan salt in water. So I haven't tried it as far as doing it that way and trying it as a pre-workout, but a lot of if you look at the ingredients of the stuff that's in the reset, a lot of it is stuff that you can get anytime. I just don't know the concentrated amount that are in the. I just think you could get it cost effectively and use it in the concentrated amounts that are in the pills, but it's not to say that you can't use those things throughout, like turmeric and cumin. They really don't have a whole lot of flavor. They have a lot of health benefits. So you could add them to just about anything, and it really not make a difference in the taste of what you're adding it to. I know Q likes to make the golden milk. Is it called golden milk?
Yeah. That has the turmeric in it.
And I'm not
I've
sure.
heard that. What's that? Golden milk?
Well, yeah, it can be like almond milk or rice milk or any kind of milk, but you add turmeric to it and some other seasoning or minerals, and it has like a very helpful digestive quality. It restores certain like levels in your body. Like some people swear by it. Q likes it.
Yeah, she makes it a lot, and it always sticks in my head because one time she made it, she spilled it on her carpet, and like to have never got it out of the carpet.
No, when I do the detox has it in there too, and when I pour it into my thing and I put my hand here and I pour it into my water bottle and it got on my hand, and now the sides of my phone case are stained with turmeric. Cute. It's a good look. Looks like I just rubbed like pee down the side of my phone. It looks nice. The other thing that the reset booklet says about the pink Himalayan salt is that it's minimally processed and has a broad spectrum of trace elements, and that the reason this salt is beneficial is because the human body needs salt, but most table salt is now highly processed. So it takes all the good things that the body, like the salt that the body needs, out. And so the pink Himalayan salt helps regulate fluid absorption, avoid muscle cramps, and maintain fluid balance in the body. And then it goes on to say that if you want your body to function properly, you need real salt that comes from the earth, complete with all the natural elements that are in it. So that's why the pink Himalayan salt specifically is the only salt they want you really eating during the reset. Wherever, for that matter.
Golden milk has ginger.
Is what? Ginger?
Yes.
Well, don't put the ginger in it then, man. I mean, if it's going to make you barf, skip it.
Just the smell of that stuff. Everybody raves about, the health benefits, but I can't get past the smell. I bought some, was supposed to grate it, and I tried, and it was just like, oh.
Yeah, it's one of those highly love it or hate it type of foods.
Right.
Give me a pile of ginger, I will eat it all day.
You like ginger, huh?
I mean, like the stuff that they give you with sushi, just give it to me. I'm eating it. I'll eat it off everybody else's plate too. Plus, it kills all the weird bad stuff in your tummy. Like all the bad bacteria. But I just like to throw whatever in my mouth, so I'll need the ginger to kill it. Whatever parasites are living in there.
All right, so
that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a good experience for me. I think in the coming weeks, I think me and Adrian had talked about just doing like following the reset, everything out of the reset that we liked as far as the recipes, and like alternating weeks. Do like a reset week and then a normal plan week, just to see how beneficial it might be. As far as like going back to the caffeine and everything, you will feel the difference after. I'm not like super sensitive to caffeine now, but I mean I do feel the difference. I'm not craving the caffeine. Because like before, Adrian can tell you before, I would drink 8 to 10 cups of coffee before breakfast, and then I would have 2, 3, 4 cups of regular cups of coffee at breakfast, and then some days I would have 1 or 2 monsters. So, and it really wasn't that hard. I mean, for me, the withdrawal headaches were not these things of nightmares that people talk about when they go off Cokes and stuff like that. I mean, after 2 or 3 days, I did have a small headache and the small fog that they talk about. But after 2 or 3 days, like I said, it was just breaking the habit of getting up in the morning, making the coffee, and going outside and sit, or whatever your morning routine is. But I will say that I crave it less, and I can feel it. I feel the effects more than I did before. So it's definitely beneficial, and I think that I will start suggesting it more for somebody that's starting out. If they don't know how to eat, it's just like the refresh, but I think it's more beneficial to do it for more than 3 days. The refresh, in my opinion, is for like Q. Q likes to do the refresh every 3 months. It's just something for somebody that already has the habits and wants to reset themselves periodically. I know Heather McElroy, she said she's done the reset 2 or 3 times. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I think it's very beneficial for your body. It's resetting your internal workings. If you're not eating healthy, if you're not doing your vitamins, you're not working out and all those things, your body adjusts to that, and it just slows down. I think the reset is just a kickstart of everything working properly, getting it back working properly.
And if you follow it and your diet's been terrible, you'll be one of those people that has huge, like, whoosh results. Like, if you're already eating fairly healthy and you do it, like, you'll lose weight and inches and whatever, but you won't have the insane results that people who go from, like, garbage eating to this transition. And I think for people just starting, it's a way to test your commitment to, am I really ready to do this? And also, if you go from this into like a meal plan associated with one of the workouts that are more lenient than this, it's not going to feel like you're giving up as much. It's going to feel like a treat. And coupling it with then working out and having enough energy to do that, I think it'll move people into getting more results faster, which is what they want. And then it'll have them stick with it. So
Right.
I think it could be beneficial that way as well.
I think a good idea would be if the person is just hell bent on working out, is just to couple the reset with the 3-week yoga retreat. Because, and I was going to suggest that for you, man, if you ever try to do this, just to do yoga, replace your morning workout with yoga. The ultimate reset yoga for the first week was really, really relaxing and energetic, and it's not like the ultimate reset yoga is not like normal yoga where you're trying to get a workout. It's more centered around restorative and breathing and longer stretches. It's not like PiYo or something like that where it's designed to make you sweat and work and work the muscles. So I definitely, if somebody's hell bent on working out, I would suggest playing it with the 3-week yoga retreat, or go into the yoga studio and pick out some of the restorative type yoga programs. If you're having lower back issues or lower body issues, they have it all broke out into body parts. Shoulder issues, so many things you can do with reset. I didn't feel a ton of like, I didn't really feel bad during the reset as far as eating less food, and I actually had more energy. During the first week, at the end of the day, you were pretty wiped. But as you go on, as your body adjusted to it, it was just like any other day. And I mean, I'm a pretty big guy, and even with the small amount of food that you're eating during the reset, like I said, I was not starving. And I don't know what the factors are on how much you're going to lose. Like before I did it, the first person that I had ever seen results on the Ultimate Reset was Mitro's husband, Matt. He's not a really big guy, but he lost like 20-something pounds. And I think he went from like 180, 190 something to down 170 or 160. So, I mean, it's not, I guess what I'm getting at is it can be beneficial for people that really don't look like they need to lose weight. So, I mean, don't be shy about suggesting it for everyone, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I like the idea Adrian was talking about before you do the workout. That way you can kind of transition from that to the workouts and the eating plan. I'm starting Shift Shop Monday, so I won't be able to do it, but I am, considering afterwards. But I'm definitely going to look into it. But
Yeah,
I know.
It's kind of fun.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a challenge, and you get your supplements, and you sort of have a way that you have to do it, and but when you have a successful day and you got everything in and you made something new and you never tried it before and you enjoy it, and I was really surprised the first time I made the beans and rice recipe that they have on there, because it was a bunch of spices and I was like, okay, beans and rice, like, who cares? But it was so good. And then I just I was so satisfied with it, and I thought I was going to be disappointed, and then I wasn't at all. So I you know, I mean, yes, you're not getting to eat junk. So if you really want to have pizza, like you're going to be disappointed. But like, if you want to do it, like it ended up being fun for me. And like people are always like, what are those? What is that packet? What are you carrying around? What do you have? Why are you drinking green water? Why are you so weird? Like, and it's a segue into conversation. Like, why do you do weird stuff? And, you know, whatever. And then it's a way to talk about it. And then, you know, I enjoy bringing like a big thing of beets for lunch, and then people will be like, that's gross. Why are you eating that? And I'll be like, well, you know what? My poo's going to be pink and yours is going to be brown. So who's the magical unicorn now? So, I mean, you know, you can make it conversational. You can make it fun. And people at my office are intrigued by it. And they're asking like, oh, like, what kind of results are you getting? How's the no coffee going? And they've actually been helpful with stuff. So
And it's definitely a plateau breaker. Adrian was stuck at 50 pounds lost for since probably
like March.
is it March?
Yeah.
Yeah, right before your 1 year mark in April.
Yeah. I did 80-day obsession. I didn't lose. I lost like 3 pounds. And I did it. Like I followed the meal plan. I did all the things. Like I wanted to stab everything by the end.
Did you lose any inches on it?
Yeah, I lost some inches, but like it wasn't. I mean, I gained like butt and like I got shape and like thing. I mean, I had good results in that way, but like I still have plenty of weight to lose, and I just wasn't losing any, and I was following it to a T. So I was just pissed by the end, and like so my body was just kind of like, yeah, we're good here. We're gonna stop here for a while. So now I've finally like broken the plateau. So I'm going into my next like round of lift 4, and I know that I'm going to get awesome results now. So like, oh good, another dead mole. Second one during the call. Just it's a mole graveyard out there.
Adrian has a killer cat. Scout likes to go catch mice and moles.
Just put them on the stoop. It's
really
amazing. I mean, I guess I'm supposed to be super proud of his efforts. Like, good job, buddy. Thank you.
So how much weight have you lost with the reset, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I started my cycle this week, so I actually gained a pound today, because why wouldn't I end on that note? Because my life is that amazing. But not including that, it was 9 pounds 2 ounces, I want to say. And I still have a few days left, and there's been several times when I haven't been able to eat the food that I was supposed to eat. And I haven't eaten junk, but I've had to like do the best that I could. So, I mean, I haven't been as usually I'm like surgical about my meal plan. Like I'm a psycho about it. But I've just had to adjust this time. So even with that, and I still have a few days left. But I can definitely feel that I'm carrying water. So I think I'll have like a whoosh at the end too. So I'm anticipating I'll probably by the end be like 13 pounds is what I'm guessing. Yay. In 3 weeks. When I hadn't lost any weight in like 8 months. So I'm not hating that. I know, right?
I think if I remember correctly, my wife lost 8 pounds and like 9 inches, I think. She lost like 2 3/4 inches in her waist. I lost 2.5 inches in my waist. That was our biggest area. So I mean, it's definitely something to keep in mind and do your research, because there's a lot of play-by-play type blogs out there about the reset. Mitro does a good one. She has several different stories from her different coaches and clients that's done the reset. So like I said, I've seen the big extreme of somebody losing 20-something pounds down to like my wife. I lost almost twice as much weight as she did, but she lost more inches. So you've got to weigh your options. and it's only because I don't know what happened. I lost 7 pounds the first day. So I don't know what was going on with me at that time. For me, I don't know if I was just holding a ton of water or what, but I mean, the first day I lost 7 pounds. So that's really truly, my wife beat me. If I wouldn't have lost 7 pounds that first day, she would have lost more weight than me. But it's all in perspective. I think you've got to talk to your clients and yourself about how you're feeling, more than, well, how much weight have I lost or how many inches have I lost. I think the reset is more for revitalizing your body, revitalizing your metabolism and how you feel, and getting you off unnatural stimulants and letting you feel what food energy feels like. Because you'll hear people talk the difference between food energy and stimulant energy. And it's just food energy is much more clean. You don't have a crash during the day. So, I mean, it's just the reset, I think, is very beneficial in that way of just getting your body back to operating the way it's supposed to operate.
Agree.
All right, so we're right at an hour. I don't know how. I guess Zoom was gracious. They granted me unlimited time for this call. So,
Weird.
Adrian, do you have anything else you wanted to add about the reset?
Just be prepared to spend some quality time in the bathroom. Which is good for you. I mean, it's good for your body. You're flushing everything that's your body's been holding on to, and maybe that's why you lost 7 pounds in a day, Shane. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you were holding on to a bunch of stuff in your colon and intestines.
It might have. I mean, and that is true. I mean, a lot of people don't realize, especially with people who eat a lot of red meat. You can be walking around with anywhere between 10 to 20 pounds of undigested or slowly digested food in your system, just because the things that you eat don't digest well, and they just hang around in your system. So, all right, so we're gonna end the call. It was a great call. Thanks everybody for showing up. It's a good experience.
Definitely.
That I kind of stayed away from it, not only for the financial cost of it, but just 3 weeks of not eating normal food. But it really wasn't that bad. Everything was good. I enjoyed the salad dressings are very easy to make and they taste good. So. And I think doing an alternate every other week type menu with the reset food is probably going to be very beneficial. It's not that hard. So appreciate everybody coming. I'm going to stop the recording and I'll have the recording up later today.